up, guys? This is We Are Machines. Gonna do a tutorial on getting some lo-fi sounds. I guess you could call it lo-fi hip-hop. My main influences are like Boards of Canada, Lone, but I'm really digging the new lo-fi hip-hop vibe that's going on. But anyways, here we go. This is the loop we're working with today. Let's see. Nothing crazy, but it's cool. Yeah, so if that's something, I don't know, that catches your ear, I'm about to break it down. So basically it's 100% MIDI. I mean, in some of my songs I use loops of like other people's shit, but I prefer to keep it MIDI just so I could really direct the song in whatever direction I want to go. So yeah, let's start off here with this tape piano. This is the main melody. So what it is a sample that I took of I think it was this one was grand piano. It's like a fucking preset that comes with Ableton, and I just basically held the C note and recorded it with my GE fast track recorder. Tape recorder is pretty cool. I recorded it. This one I recorded through the microphone. This cassette player recorder is pretty cool. It has like pitch and control, different adjustments. I didn't really use that though for this, but I did sample the tape on there. So basically what happens is you get the sample, drag it into sampler right here, and you get this sound. So yeah, that's me playing it on my MIDI keyboard. So basically all I did was, that was the first thing I came up was the melody. So let me see if I can play it. Yeah, some shit like that. And okay, we get it, bit reduction. So I'm gonna turn off all these plugins so you could really digest, if that's a word. Well, it is a word, but not really in this circumstance. Anyway, let's see what we did here. Okay, that's not what I want to do. So this is without the processing. Sounds good already. So basically I just cut the high end out. There's like a 6.42 second release time, attack of 1.3. Had to bring the volume up because issues. Also got the LFO going 1/8 on the pitch, just barely. You probably wouldn't even hear it. It's probably meaningless and pointless, but it's cool. It adds a little flavor to it. Let's see. So yeah, that's what it's doing. Alright, yeah. So that's that. I don't think there's really much else going on. No, so yeah. So when you sample this, I press the C note because the sampler in Ableton automatically makes the root C, so that way it's easier for me. Then you're playing everything in key. So then next I added a reverb. Looks like 4.3 second decay time. The important thing here is having the stereo set to 0. So it's mono, because that's what a lot of old schooly recordings had. Because that's basically what I'm trying to recreate here, is an old recording. So yeah, and so I just added reverb to give it space, give it a room, if you will, and not so crazy on the dry wet, just a little bit. Let's give it a listen. Just gives a little bit of ambience. Next, oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Next is this little lo-fi sample effect rack that I created all by myself on this wonderful Saturday. Okay. So first we have the bit reduction. Looks like it's at 10-bit, downsampled 1.9. Let's give it a listen. It's gonna sound like shit. Just add some like noise, lo-fi noise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then we put a EQ to get rid of like the fucking weird high shit that's going on. Sounds good like that. But we want it to be lo-fi, so we're doing that. Next is the dark horse of this effect chain, the Mondo mod. So yeah, it has like an auto pan fucking thingamajig and amplitude modulation, frequency modulation. That's what we're using it for. That's the only one that's on. This is a Waves plugin, by the way. And yeah, it basically just modulates the pitch again. But this one has a mix control, so I could. Well, let's give it a listen. It's off now. Yeah, so you could see like whenever it hits like this peak and this low spot right here, kind of gets phasey and chorusy, whatever the fuck, however the fuck you want to call it. And yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, so next I'm gonna skip over the compressor because then it's just gonna be loud as fuck. This is probably really low. Let me see. Yeah, you guys are probably all pissed off because the volume's low, but hey, who gives a fuck? Alright. Next, another great plugin is the TAL Chorus LX. I think this one's free on the TAL website. It's basically just a emulation of the chorus that's on a Juno synth. And yeah, it's really dope. It gives it some weird characteristic. I don't know. Check it out. Here's without it. And with it, yeah, I like that shit. Alright. And so then next what we did was, well, actually let me talk about this. So yeah, with this plugin, you don't want to get too crazy with the wet. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. Just because it might be annoying. It would probably annoy me, and I'd be fucking pissed off and never like the song. But yeah, then I brought the stereo width down a little bit, even though that's pointless, because next in the chain is utility, but we'll get to that. So then I added an auto pan, just to give it some movement. People like that shit, so do I. Just set at a rate, amount. You play with that, figure it out. And then next is the utility. So this I use to bring the width down so it's not too wide. So check it out. Just kind of tames it. So yeah. And there's the side chain. Pretty sure everybody knows what the side chain. Select your drum rack, and then kick, pre-effects, or however the fuck you want to do it. So yeah, that's that. That's probably the most complicated chain that's going on here. Next we have the pad, and here it is. Again, another phonic fast track sample, and yeah, so let's get talking on this. I love pads, by the way. Anyways, so the attack on this is pretty slow, nothing too crazy. A release is kind of long, but still, yeah, it's a pad. What the fuck do you want? And cut back on the high end some, just to get rid of the noise that was in the sample. And yeah, oh, and the important thing on here is spread. God damn, that's a beautiful thing. Check it out. With zero spread. That's 74%. It's coming. That's zero. And 74. Yeah. So I'm talking about, let me turn these off because I'm an idiot and I left them on. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're all deaf. Anyways, so I guess what the fuck is teaming that? I'll go to the EQ next so the volume doesn't get crazy. So I just cut off the low end, cut off the high end, and that's what we already heard that. So then let's go to reverb, see if it's some dimension. So yeah, stereo on this is not 0, but not even 50, so yeah, you just play with that, see how, check it out, this is what it does. It's just, I don't know, with reverb, you know, it could really muddy things up, so I just leave it in the middle with this, especially because we're going for the lo-fi mono sound. Decay is 4 seconds, wet, nothing crazy. So yeah, and then added another utility to adjust the width. Here's without, then with it. It's really tamed. Yeah. Nice sidechain. Yep. And that's that. So we will move on to the lo-fi bass. So yeah, you get the point. It's same exact process of finding a sample in my fast track little clip here from the tape recorder, and then plugging it into sampler and let her rip. So here's, yeah, oh fuck, that's how annoying it is when you play a synth on your drum pad. Oh, that sounded cool. Sounds like a shitty acid trip. Yeah, that was fucking annoying. Okay, so let's see with the filter, nothing really cracking, just cutting back on that. And I got an EQ here, just leaving space for the other 2 elements right here. Nice little dip and 0 width. Even though I'm pretty sure this is mono, so I probably did that for no reason, because I'm a fucking idiot. Let's see, is there a difference? I guess it does thin it a bit, but yeah, that's that. Sidechained as well, so we shall continue. Now we got the sub bass. This is meant to like just give that extra low end, because I mean, you're not gonna get sub bass from a tape sample, so I used Zeta. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, 2 square waves, and I don't think anything's really going on with this. Not sure. Anyways, cut off on the filter. This synth is really tight. I use it for leads. I use it for sub bass, bass, saw bass. You could do all kinds of crazy shit to the waveforms. There's even bit crusher on here. That's fucking tight. Fucking tight. Okay. And yeah, you just adjust how much of the sound is going to which filter. And yeah, polyphony on one. With sub bass, you usually want to have polyphony on one, which means only one key is gonna play at a time. And I showed you this without even letting you hear it. Let's hear it. So yeah, I mean, it's whatever on its own, but with the lo-fi bass, you could hear what it does. It just adds that fucking girth, son. I don't know. Okay, I'll stop being annoying. So that's that. Let's unsolo that. I just did EQ, you know, just to get rid of shit that's probably not there in the first place. And sidechain, yeah, whatever. Yeah, this one has a heavier sidechain because it's sub bass, so you don't really want it to get in the way of the kick. And that's that. So next is drums. Not the whole mix. Yeah, so I just beated that out with my drum pad here. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah. I'm getting nasty latency, so I won't be able to play it, but yeah, you get the picture. So this is a drum rack. We got our kick here, no real processing, just good sample. Hat. Has a filter on cutting out some of the higher end, cause yeah, you don't want that shit in there. Don't ask me why, but you don't. And some reverb because it kind of sounded dead on its own. Like, see, it's kind of like I don't know. The reverb just gives it some more lively, humanliness, life. I don't know, man. Whatever. I fucking showed you that. Okay. So now is the snare. So snare has some frequency cut off. I had to adjust this because all kinds of weird shit going on at the end. It's like, yeah, sounds like a fucking rollerblade. Fuck, where was it? Oh shit. What the fuck did I just undo? Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Oh, yeah, okay. Anyways, alright, so I put a bit crusher on it. Let's hear what it sounds like without that. Here's the bit crusher. And the fucking EQ, just cutting out some low end and dipping for the other elements, cutting out some high end as well. And then, yeah. The utility really needed it on this because the sample for some reason has some crazy. It's probably actually the bit crusher. No, it's the sample. The sample has I don't know, it's stereo, I guess. But yeah, so just put the width at 0. Let's keep it in the middle. And yeah, that's that. I guess what's next is the master bus. So I like to do this. I don't know if probably none of you have heard my music, but yeah, this is kind of commonly found in my songs, like having a filter and stuff in between parts, just so that when the beat drops it's a lot heavier. I'll give you just so you could hear what it's actually going on here. So it's just like a band pass, and the gain's down and the width's down, and I just automated the on. You can see it right there, and off. And yeah, so here's what it does. so then on my master bus lately, don't ask me why, but it's been working, so I did it. I've been using the PSP warmer to usually go to the preset semi-driven tape and then just adjust the drive and to where my master meter still has like some bounce to it, not too low, not too high, and it's not just fucking peaking out. Just giving it some, just make sure it bounces, you know, you don't want to over compress it. But yeah, so here's without that. With, alright, let's see. So here's without the PSP warmer. Then with, I mean, obviously it's driving it a little bit, that's the volume difference comes from, but yeah, sometimes I adjust the mix to get it, I guess, pseudo parallel compressed. I don't even know if this thing's a fucking compressor, to be honest. All I know is it makes shit louder, and it sounds good as far as I can tell. Might sound like shit to you, but it's lo-fi, so fuck it. And the output is set to negative 0.04. Usually, I mean, if you guys don't have this plugin, what you could do is just, drop a limiter in. Alright, set at negative 3. And boom, you're a mastering engineer. Just kidding. That's like the cheap ass fucking, if your mix is good, it might sound good, but I don't like to get too crazy with mastering effects chains because I don't like to do shit that I don't know what the fuck is going on. And like, for example, if you want to see the biggest who knows what the fuck's going on, this is probably one of the better mastering plugins out there, Ozone. But yeah, this shit is like, fuck, what am I doing? I used to use the maximizer a lot, to just drop it on here. Actually, so that part to be fucking up. Let's keep this low. Yeah, I'll use that sometimes. I actually do use this some kind of just being an asshole, but the tape saturator is pretty cool too. You could add some, like, I usually use it to add high end, like, check it out. So that's the frequency you're affecting with that. That's what you're adding to the mix. So if your mix is kind of dull, which this one probably is, I'll just that. Maybe I should start using this shit more often. But yeah, it has all kinds of crazy shit you can fuck with. And now I'm rambling on about shit that doesn't even fucking matter to the world. Oh, I guess it does, but I wonder if I like. Yeah, it really does. Like, alright, I guess I'll leave that. Oh, that was interesting. You guys just saw me do something live. Okay. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for the most part. Thanks for watching. If you're able to watch this whole thing, props to you, because I'm pretty fucking sick of talking and hearing myself talk. Yeah, and this is my, like, 5th time doing this shit, because the last 2 times audio is fucked up, blah 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 blibbity blah. Yeah, I'll just play through the song. Check out my music on SoundCloud if you dig it. If you guys like this shit, subscribe. I'll do more videos, maybe break down one of my other songs. Whatever. That's pretty cool. This is my first tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed. Here's the track. And by the way, I really put this together right now just for the tutorial, so yeah, it's not the greatest, but here we go.